Hello people of YouTube and welcome back. Oh crikey, I am absolutely knackered. So yeah, it's been a bloody while since I've done a proper true pickups, and I know I say that sometimes, but it really is. I think this must be the longest I've not actually done a YouTube video. So yeah, I'm just knackered. That's all it is. It's not I'm giving up or anything like that. It's literally I'm just knackered. I've still got shitloads of stuff coming through the door. But yeah, I've got me old Brune. Bit of me old Nuki Brown, so that's going to help me through. This is actually from Jim Corbana, so thanks again for this and for the excellent and amazing flipping pickup that you put in the box for me. That was amazing. I still can't get over that, which wants to say hi. But yeah, that was amazing. Still getting over it. But yeah, this is going to be something a little bit different. I say different. What's different about picking stuff up? Well, this is going to be all just Japanese stuff, so if you don't like Japanese stuff, you probably won't want to watch this. However, I think there's enough here to keep, I don't know, if you're interested in games at least, I think you're going to like it. It's not all just shooters like I normally get. It is other stuff as well, so yeah, cheers guys. And let's get on it, shall we? Let's get on it. Before we go on, actually, I think I'm going to say a couple of shout-outs, because I've not done that for a while. And I'm going to shout out my good friend, Pete Fighter 2, who's recently, well, I say recently, I mean, time is just going like this for me at the moment. It's just madness. But yeah, recently, in the last month or two, he started doing YouTube again. Not like every day or anything like that. So he is an awesome channel. People probably know him from the past anyway. And yeah, he's just like, he does pickups and stuff like that, but they're more like vloggy style pickups. So like, it's really like, I love watching him. It's just like having your mate in your living room sort of thing. That's what I like about Pete's stuff. Got a really nice calming style of persona as well. So yeah, if you haven't seen him before, or if you didn't know that he was back, go down below and yeah, go sub to him. So yeah, cheers. And next up, another guy that I noticed he just started commented on some of my videos, and I didn't realise who he was. However, I found out that he's just one of the guys from Instagram, and that is RetroRam, and I think there's some numbers at the end of it, so that needs to get sorted. But yeah, it's called Liam on Instagram, and yeah, he's a really good retro channel, like what I've seen so far. He's only just started doing the YouTube, although he's got quite a few videos. Probably about 10-15 videos I think over the last few months. So yeah, really good channel, really good nostalgic channel as well. So it's not just about video games. He's a Bucky O'Hare fan as well. He's got a few glass cabinets like that full of toys, some that makes me very, very jealous. But yeah, and he does films, toys and everything like that. So yeah, go over to see Liam. Great channel. And yeah, nice to see you doing YouTube, bud. So cool. But yeah, anyway, next up, we're gonna actually get around to these pickups. So, as people probably know, James Busubi James, Busubi, whatever you want to call him. I think he accepts them all. He's over in Japan, and I like my Japanese games, and he asked me if I ever wanted anything. Just hit him up and see what we can work out. And yeah, he showed me this website, and it's basically the Japanese version of like between Gumtree and eBay. It's sort of like that happy ground between the two. And oh my goodness, I got flipping addicted to it. I was just like every day just scrolling through, like looking for games and stuff like that, because the prices are incredible over. I've got to say, if you like Japanese games, not everything's a bargain. It's not as simple as that. But if you like trawling through it, it's very good. And yeah, Jim's really sorted me out getting all these, because I got a lot of stuff and it wasn't all in like one transaction. It was like over a bit of time, and he shipped them all out to me. And yeah, cheers for that, James. You flipping did me a solid here, mate. Really did. Like, I paid a fraction for all this, even with the postage, even for like sending a few extra bits your way and stuff like that. And he's got a few items on my hit list over here that I'm hoping to find one day, but with everything retro, everything's going flipping crazy price at the moment, if it comes up at all, because he's a very picky collector, is our James. He's yeah, he doesn't want any old tat, does he? So yeah, it's got to be mint and everything like that. So yeah, on the hunt for stuff. It's just few and far between, unfortunately, for some of the stuff. But I'm hopeful we're going to get it. We are going to get it. Right, so first up, since I've not done a pickup video for a while, I thought I'd throw a few Japanese games in that I've got before, well, before I show James's stuff. And first up, we're going to go something not something too crazy, but interesting, I think. And it is Clayman Gun Hockey. I'm trying to think how the best to do this. Clayman Gun Hockey. So, what is that, you ask? What is this crap that you've got? So this, people probably have heard of either one of two things, and that will be the Clayman. Fucking hell. What will you have heard of? The Neverhood and Skull Monkeys on the PlayStation 1. Now, the Japanese name for them is Clayman, the Clayman with a K. And yeah, it spawned another spin-off, which is this sort of like extreme wacky sports game that we never got over here, which is very unusual because I'm sure this is a British made game. I'm pretty certain of it, even though it is, I don't think it even came out in America or anything like that. So yeah, really cool. Like, I just love the Japanese artwork inside and everything like that, even though, like I say, I'm sure this at least American. So what's quite unusual as well, so we got Skull Monkeys, which they did as well. It's called Clayman something, but they also got Neverhood, which is the next one on my hit list to get. Not expensive games. This was like a tenner, I think, posted. But yeah, the Neverhood, if you don't know what that is, it's like a point and click adventure. Now, it doesn't use much text or voice or anything like that, so I do feel I'll be able to play it even if I get the Japanese version. That was a PC only release over here, but yeah, it came out on PS1 in Japan only, which is very, like I say, very unusual. But I suppose they like their adventure stuff. So yeah, just a crazy wacky game. And I got this as well because I was talking to Sayo and Ginger Hippie Gaming about Skull Monkeys, and it just sparked my memory, and I just went on eBay and found it, because I always used to like randomly look for it, and someone had it over in the UK, and it was like a lot cheaper than what I've ever seen it before. So talking about another one from the UK, and it was it was very cheap. So for 20 quid, this actually came a couple of days ago, and I'm actually really looking forward to give this a go. It's a series I've never played before, and I've heard a lot of good things for, and it is Super Ballas for the Super Famicom. I mean, look at that box, mint in it. I mean, there's like a weird bubble in there that suggests that there was a sort of like a hang tag on it or something like that. It's kind of like has that shape to it. It's a very perfectly strange bubble in, but for like, I think it was 20 quid delivered, which is a bargain. Yeah, this is a cool platformer game. Now what this is, I think, is a remake of the PC Engine one. So it does look better. However, again, a lot of these Super Famicom ports, because it was from the CED PC Engine, they could fit a lot more content in. So a lot of stuff has been cut out for this. So people like slate this quite a lot as being like a poor game. But for 20 quid, I think this looks great. And I love the box art alone is worth it, isn't it? I mean, look at it, beautiful, just beautiful. So yeah, this is Super Ballas. So really pleased to get this. And another one, I wouldn't even be able to find this as cheap as this on the Japanese means. I have looked, to be honest, and I thought it was just going to be way out of my price range. And to be honest, I paid a pretty penny for this. This is a Dreamcast game, Japanese Dreamcast game, and bit of a clue if you didn't see it then. People touted this as the most expensive Dreamcast game, I think, of any, well, just Dreamcast game full stop, no matter what like area it's from. And yeah, I definitely didn't pay a fraction of what some of the PAL ones are going for now. And it is Border Down for the Dreamcast. So if you don't know about this game, This is a horizontal shooter, a bit different. I mean, I don't think I've picked many horizontal shooters up for a while, to be honest. Most of them are kind of vertical, so it's quite nice to play something a bit different. Yeah, this is a pretty good game. So I did go to Craig's here again. I said, got a new Dreamcast game coming. And he's like, you had a guess. He says, is it Border Up? Just taking a piss. But yeah, Border Down, like this, it's kind of got like a very unusual and different sort of mechanic of how you go through the levels. And the reason why it's called Border Down is because you've got like these kind of like border levels, and you can choose between easy, medium, hard as you go through. I suppose a bit like Darius and stuff like that, but I think if you die, you then border down, and then you go through like the easier stages and stuff like that. Yeah, very unusual mechanic, very good because of that. I mean, I'm not really that big fan of the Dreamcast graphics for shooters. I'm not a fan of the 3D, floaty 3D sort of like, don't know where anything is, but this one is actually quite good. This is on the cusp. It's by, who's it called, G-Rev, who also do that helicopter shooter that I hated on the PlayStation 3 and 360, Under Defeat, that's it. This actually came out before, and I think this is a lot better game, I really do. This is amazing. I paid 100 quid for this. 100 quid, and like I say, that if you know that that's a good deal, and there is a reason behind it all, and it's because he advertised it as having scratches on the disc, and where that is true, they are very light, and it does work. So like I think I said with another one of my high value games, I wouldn't mind taking it in to get disc clean, but why mess with it if it's working? At the moment, there's no need to. It works. So if I take it into CX, say, and they break it by cleaning it, I mean, I'm not going to be able to get another disc for anything cheap. So is there any point if it's working? If it stops working, obviously I would take it in. But yeah, this is a really good game, and I really need to get through and play this some more, because I have only literally played it to test. I've only played like the first stage, which is a bit of a shame really, because it was really good. But I was going through quite a lot of Dreamcast shooters that day. But yeah, anyway, that's the stuff that I've got over on the UK side. Enough of me whittering on. So right, where did it all start? So it all started when I was looking for a certain game, and I was looking on eBay, the UK eBay for it, and it was going for like 30-40 quid, and I was like, do you know what, I'm never going to play this, because it is an RPG, or a strategy RPG at least anyway, and I thought I'm not going to be able to play it. It's just literally just one for the collection, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to have a look on this Japanese thing, and I got both these games for, I think it was less than a tenner. It might have even been a fiver. So instantly saving, and the game that I was actually looking for is Namco cross Capcom. So this, I mean, if you don't know about this game, you probably would think this is a fighter that never came out. It's kind of got like Street Fighter characters on the back and everything like that. Yeah, but it's a sort of like a strategy RPG, and people probably know this best because this series is quite a big series, and it carried on quite a lot, and we know it over in the UK at least as Project X Zone on the 3DS. We got 2 of them, and I really love them games. Them games are so good. Basically going through like scenarios and stuff like that through the different game worlds, and like you've got characters from different like Namco and Capcom games just popping in and out. I just love it. And there is a translation patch on this. I just need to get a HD disc drive so I can get it. But yeah, it's all complete. Cool disc in there. I've actually not checked, but James did say yeah, it is a little bit scratched and everything like that. Which, I mean, this is literally a shelf piece. So, and for the price, I don't mind. I really don't mind. So yeah, that's really cool. So, and the bonus game that came with it. Really wasn't a bonus game in the end. It's something I wasn't going to get, but because it came with that, I was like, go on then. And it is Okami on the Japanese PlayStation 2. I mean, people know. My old dog was called Okami. I named her after it. And this is all complete. I think as well, he said the disc was a little bit damaged on this, but this one's not as bad. This one's actually quite good. But I've got the PAL version, so I've got no reason to play it. But the artwork on here is just fucking stunning. It is brilliant. And what is cool about this, because I'm sure, hang on, I'm sure James, yeah. So it kind of goes out like this. I'm sure he made it into a bit more of a poster. But yeah, really cool artwork inside. Yeah, very unusual instruction booklet, but really cool. So that is going straight into my Okami shrine. So cheers for that, James. So yeah, so I got them two, and I thought, you know what, it's probably not worth just sending them over. I might as well start looking for some more games. And then that was it. Game over. Addiction had flipping fully taken over. So yeah, we got some games. I went all out. It was so easy to do so. And yeah, so what we got next, we got Mickey's, what's it called? Magical Adventure 2. Now this one is a bit of a fail, but not like terrible. This was like, I think, was it about £6? Something like that, £6, really cheap. Nice Capcom game, but the only problem is why it was such a fail is when it came, if you can see there, the spine is really creased. Bit of a shame, but he did advertise it on the actual page, but me and James both missed it. We had a bit of a unboxing. We did a live unboxing when he arrived at his house, and because he was a bit worried about this game because it came in like an envelope. It was like there was no protection on it or anything. But yeah, to say that it came like so bad, it actually arrived all right, to be honest. And yeah, I think, yeah, all nice and complete. Really nice condition, apart from the spine, which is a shame because that is the more, for us, Brits, that's the more recognisable side than that, which is all nice. But I mean, it's okay, I can have it like that. And to be honest, maybe a bit of ironage on there. We could maybe pull it through. We could probably pull it through. Right, next up we've got, who was I watching? What's his name? God, flipping memory is shit right now. This is what happens when you work so many hours. It's just crap. Who was I watching? You'll know. But anyway, he picked up this frame grid. And I've been looking at this for quite some time in the past. It wasn't one that I really wanted to get, but I was just looking through the Sega stuff, and this came up, and it was like, I think it was like £6 or £7 a game, maybe £8. It was like less than a tenner anyway. And it's a mech fighting game, like an arena battle fighting game for the Dreamcast. Supposedly really good. And Mark, it's by From Software, so one that you probably could do in your collection. Nice thick baggy on here, but that'll get taken out. Not really a fan of the baggies or anything. Yeah, this is just a bit of a throw-in really. I just got, like I say, I got a bit excited for cheap games, cheap but good games. And next up we've got a game that I've been looking for quite some time, but it doesn't go for very much, but it just doesn't appear on the UK eBay that often. And there was a few copies when I was looking for it, and it is Brain Dead 13. Now this is one that has been intriguing me for a while. This is a Sega Saturn game. It's sort of like an adventurous sort of game, like a, what's it called, like one of them cartoon adventure games, which are a bit more like what's it called, Space Ace and stuff like that. Except this is, I don't know if it's by the same people or not, Don Bluth or not, but yeah, it's one that's always intrigued me. You do get an American version of it, but it never came out here over in PAL. And again, I think this was like maybe about 15 quid or something. Might even be cheaper than that, which it was quite a good price. But like I say, it's more the fact that it doesn't appear that often. Every time it does, there you go, look at that, it's got really cool art book inside. Well, I say art book, look, it seems like an art book compared to most of our instructions, but yeah, really good. Yeah, obviously this is in Japanese and it's an adventure game, so I won't be able to play it. It's more, again, more of a shelf piece and a reminder that I need to play it. And what I'll do is I'll just download the American version and play that. So yeah, really pleased with that one. So thanks for that, James. And next up, a game that I've been wanting for so long, but I just kept seeing the price going up and up and up and up, and I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to get it, because I don't think I'd value the game for the price that it goes for. It's not a shooter and it's a Sega Saturn game, and it is Tenchu. Oh my goodness, I can't remember what it's called. Tenchu something or another. It's a Capcom fighter, and you actually can get this on the Switch on the Brawler collection. Is it called the Brawler collection over here? Oh, I should have posted it. I'll put a name here down here, but it's like Tenchu something second. I have got the first one on the PC Engine, and I was actually playing this before I got this. And the PC Engine one plays completely different to this. The PC Engine one is almost like a mixture between sort of Final Fight, not Final Fight, but like a brawler and a sort of like a shooter. It's very unusual. You're on horseback and you're like going around like shooting rather than brawling, but in like kind of brawling situations. This is just like Golden Axe, sort of Dungeons and Dragons, cool Capcom side-scrolling brawler, amazing. This really amplified it. It's a true arcade game put onto the Sega Saturn, and it's just a shame we never got this outside of Japan. It really got stuck there, and yeah, when I started getting the Sega Saturn, this is one of the first games I really wanted. It was about 40-50 quid then, and it's now, I saw this sell for like nearly 100 quid. It's probably even topped 100 quid now, which is ridiculous, and didn't even pay half of that for this. So yeah, thanks for, again, like, I don't think James realizes like the price difference between the UK and Japan, how crazy it's going over here at the moment. So I am so appreciative of all of these, so thanks a lot for that, mate. Next up, a game I definitely don't know the name of, and to be honest, I've only seen it before a few times, but when I saw it, I recognised the game when I was looking through like Super Famicom lists on this website, and I recognised it, and I was like, what is that? And I went on, and I instantly remembered what game it was, and it was blah 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 blah. I'll put the name down here. It's a very unusual name. It's not very English, and yeah, I don't think this came out over in the UK. But yeah, I think this is like less than 20 quid. I've never really looked for it over in the UK, but it seems to sell for about between 50 and 60 quid. So yeah, I was really pleased to get this. It was quite funny because James is very, like I say, very particular with his stuff, and because this had like a little dint in the corner up there, he was like, you don't want that one. There's a better one over here, and it's like 8 quid more, and I'm like, for 8 quid, this looks flipping awesome. I don't really mind. I mean, this is the spine that's going to be on show, and that's it's got a bit of a creasage on the edge there. And James was like, no, I can't be having it. I'll pay extra for getting. He was going to pay more money out of his own money to make sure that I got a better one. And I was like, James, don't do that. Don't be doing that. That's stupid. Just because he likes his things perfect. And I don't know if he's put it in this protective box, but cheers for that, mate. Yeah, just does help for when they come over. I need to get some of these boxes, by the way. So if anyone has any recommendations of cheap, like 50p a box, I don't want to spend more than that. Next up is a game that I looked for. It's a series of games, and the best value one was this one. Again, I think this was like between 15 and 20 quid. And if you see the UK prices of this, it is mental. I think this reason why this one was because it was a lot cheaper than the rest of them, and it's because it's got a rip on the bottom. So for me, I don't mind. Again, I get a lot of these to play. They're not just collector's pieces. So yeah, what this one is, this is a very unique sort of like platforming game where it's kind of got like it changes up like the elements. It's not just as like a Mario platformer. You'll have like little flying sections and like driving sections as well. Very, very cool and unique, very Japanese game. Again, one that got stuck over in Japan. There's 3 of them. I think the third one is a little bit more than this one. I'm going to try and get all 3 of them because it is a cool little game. I've not played them yet. I need to play these games. I need to, really. I'm just shit at this. I've had these for like nearly 2 months. I've not even played them. Just not got time for it. And plus I've put other games on, which are like modern games, which I shouldn't really be playing. So next up, I think this is the second, after the PlayStation 2 games, this was the first one I went for. And I dialed in on this one because it's again another one of them games that seems to be going up and up and up in price, and it is Super Leste. So people, well, you know this in the UK is Super Leste, and what's crazy about this, and people go, oh, Japanese collecting, you only collect Japanese because it's cheaper than the UK. This is like a 30-40 quid game for power boxed. In Japan, this is like £100 plus. It's crazy. If you was to get it over here, that is. I paid 30 quid for this, and I was like, oh my goodness. I mean, the thing is, there is a reason why it is a little bit cheaper, and it's because it comes with no manual. I'm not even gonna. I was gonna take it out, but what I'm showing you the fact there's no manual. So yeah, I just love the box out of this. It's a shooter, of course. It's a shooter. People also know the series. It's quite a big series. What's it called? Robo Aleste, not Robo Aleste. That's the Japanese name of it. Yeah, something. There's an a Genesis version of this, and not of this, but it's this series, and it's quite big in a can. But it's called, other than Super Aleste, Mega Aleste, I think it is called. Sorry. But yeah, this is really good shooter. You've kind of got like loads of different weapons and everything like that. I was speaking to Craig about this before I picked it up, and because I was just playing it on my Everdrive, and yeah, he's not a massive fan of it because the levels are so long compared to other shooters. But I think I really like this game. This is one that I've had before. I don't know if I rented this or if I borrowed it from someone, because I never owned it, but I did play it as a kid. And then again, when I started collecting it like years ago, it was one of the first ones I actually picked up on the SNES. I think I paid about 10 quid for it back then as well. But yeah, I always wanted the Super Famicom one, just because of the cool box art, really. Yeah, really pleased to get this. Yeah, so because it had no manual as well, James was like, how will you sleep at night knowing that you've got no manual in this box? And I was like, for 70 quid cheaper, I can sleep flipping sound. So yes, we're on the last Super Famicom game, and it's a pretty good game. Violinist of Hamelin. So yeah, this is it's when you start collecting for Japanese Super Nintendo, you go through your list. What's easy to play over it, like for an English speaker and everything like this. And this is one of the ones that like comes up quite like high regard. And again, it's one of them games that seems to be on the way up. You could easily get 80 to 100 quid for this game if you wanted to. I think I paid about half of that through James. Not like as much as a deal as some of them, but still like half the price what you could pay over here. It's a no-brainer, isn't it, really? Yeah, this is a cool platformer. It's kind of like you've got like you, and then you've got someone else, and yeah, you're a bit of a dickhead to them. You pick them up and throw them around and stuff like that. But the animation on this is like second to none. really looks like this is a Sega Saturn game or a PlayStation game, a 2D version of, like, you know, where it really pushes the hardware. This is a beautiful game. I can't wait to play it. There is a bit of like Japanese dialogue, whether or not I might get a patched version, and then so I can really appreciate it when I play it. But yeah, this is one that I've really wanted for a long time. I know Tootie picked this up quite a while ago, probably now, and I was mega jealous of that back then. But yeah, finally got this in my greasy little mitts. So James said he was going to put a little surprise in the box, and he put this in. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's flipping awesome. So it's a PlayStation 2 game. I did actually send a picture to the Retro Collect guys, and a couple of them actually knew what it was. So I think it's sort of like maybe a dating sim or something like that. But yeah, it's got a cool little figure inside, and James knows that I'm really enjoying the collecting side of like figures and stuff like that now. So let's see if I can figure it out from the back of the box, for the game box. So this is the game itself on the PlayStation 2. Yeah, totally unplayable by me, but I mean, everything looks really cool. I don't know what it's called, so I don't think I'll be able to find any graphics to go on the background. But yeah, even though I don't know what the hell it is, this is flipping awesome. And yeah, you did me a solid for putting this in the box. So yeah, James actually sent all these over 3 different parcels because yeah, he did it so we didn't have to pay customs, and really did a good job. They could as well, like this post from Japan came less time than buying some from the UK. It's mental. I don't know how it happens, but yes, obviously I like to leave the best to last, and I really have. I've nearly got this once upon a time at a Leeds market, PlayStation 1 game, and yeah, it is the incredible Panzer Black Bandit. So if people don't know what this is, because again, a game that was left in Japan, I don't think it came even to America or anything. So you got Panzer Bandit there. Unfortunately, no screenshots in the bag, but of course I'll be doing my magic of editing and everything like this. This, people probably know the game Guardian Heroes on the Sega Saturn. This is like the PlayStation's answer to it, basically. Except I think this is only a 1-player, maybe 2-player. Whereas that is like a 4-player game. Yeah, so it's the same in the fact that it's like sort of like Streets of Rage sort of game, Streets of Rage Final Fight sort of game, where you're like going around brawling and stuff like that. Really cool animations, lots of like move sets and stuff. It's not just simple punch kick sort of jobby, but then you've got like, instead of being able to move now freely, you've got levels of playing fields that you can jump in between, and that's where it's a bit like Guardian Heroes really. So yeah, really cool game, and again one that was going up and up and up. I can remember when I say from Leeds Market, there's a couple that go there every year, and I think they just basically sell off the games that they've probably completed so many times. And I bought a couple of good games from them, and I just couldn't afford to buy this, and I think they had this for like 80 quid back then. I saw this sell for 200 quid recently. That is just absolutely bonkers. And yeah, didn't pay that, obviously didn't pay that. But yeah, James, you've done me an absolute solid on this. Look inside, let's have a look inside. We've got the nice Japanese style CD. We've got the old manual. Got the old manual inside here, great stuff. The funny thing is as well, I would never be able to get this for how much I paid for it, even with the postage for everything included, over here in the UK. And this was like the most expensive one that had sold for like a month or 2 or something. But I was impatient. I probably could have got this even cheaper than I did. But the fact is, I was very happy with what I paid for it. It was kind of like nothing. On the listing, it said something about there's a burn on the spine or something, and looking on it, it's quite good condition. This is like, I would say like a 9 out of 10, if not 10 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10 condition. There's no spine card. Maybe, I think that's maybe what the translation meant, there's no spine card. But yeah, he said there's a burn on the spine, and I was like, oh, that's a bit of a shame. But I couldn't see it in the photo, so I was like, I'm going to take a chance on it. And I'm glad I did, because this is great. But yeah, that is my Japanese lot. I mean, I can't wait to actually start a lot of these games. They are not just collector's pieces. Well, some of them are actually. I'm just making some of that shit up, aren't I? But a lot of them are literally to be played, and I can't wait to kick into it and play these. Now I think once I get them on the shelves, I'm going to know about these games a lot more. Like these have been kind of like dotted about the house for ages because they came in 3 lots. So now I know where they all are. I can actually go out and play them. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. I've probably rambled way too much right now. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one, which isn't going to be too long because I'm probably going to do a few videos this bank holiday. Just because I've got the time, which is great. I've not had time for ages. So cheers for that, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.